Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires, where today, hopefully, we're gonna finally start killing some elves. We're gonna stop running around so much, repositioning armies over like a global battlefield. Turns out to be a huge pain in the ass. Who would have thought?
By the eldritch I see.
We're almost there. We're getting really close. I do want to apologize a little bit. The schedule's gotten a little wacky. This last week or so, I have some chronic health issues that had faded that I was hoping were actually on the mend, that have recurred in a very serious way this last week. So that's a pretty huge bummer. We could ride off an attack. I can't just take this, right? 37 units. The garrison's not very impressive, but
beneath an archmage.
This army has some pretty elite units in it. A couple of units of white lions, which are very good armor-piercing infantry. Their stats don't necessarily look amazing on the face, like 3830, but they do also have this martial prowess thing that all elf units have as long as their HP is high, and they will be supported by just a ridiculous volume of ranged fire. A lot of our units are pretty heavily armored. Not everything, though. Yeah, no shields on the Chaos Warriors of Khorne. They do have 120 points of armor to blunt a lot of the arrow stuff, but like giants and dragon ogres to some extent, definitely the oh, that's right. These are armored Chaos Trolls. Maybe we would be okay against just a ton of bow fire.
I cannot rewrite reality.
They do have a dragon. They do have a couple of these big, fancy, versatile ballista things. Couple of wizards, a lore master, which is like a wizard who knows how to use a sword. I'm gonna try
The first damned.
one more turn of attempting to hide here. If we do in fact stay hidden from them, my hope is that they will stop feeling like Lothern is under attack and they'll just move the army out. I think we could definitely handle it if we can fight those two stacks separately. Alright, let's grab Flamestorm
The gods smile.
for you. I might stay home for one more turn, maybe? I don't know. We'll come back to Taliesin,
Demon Prince.
because we do know what Intiro's doing. 7-unit garrison. Interesting composition here. So they have a lot of skin wolves, which are definitely better units than most of the stuff that Marauders can muster. Got like a single unit of axe throwers. Kind of a lot of those horses, though. How fast are my cavalry units compared to theirs? We have 70 speed. I think they're a lot faster than that. Yeah. Granted, they're throwing they're throwing like non-armor piercing javelins for the most part. We might be able to just roll up on them, honestly.
Undivided. Unmatched.
I'm gonna try it.
Ruin unending.
I'm tired of dealing with this faction. We're gonna just crush them. Oh, the game's not even gonna make me play it necessarily. Do we want to play it? I recognize that we have not done a lot of manual battles in this series. I don't know that this is necessarily going to be an interesting one, though. Just throw some missile resistance up on, I don't know, you, I guess. You're going to need it a little bit. Bonus leadership goes to... Who's most likely to break? Trolls traditionally have a lot of trouble with leadership. This is just like extremely whatever. I don't know. Give it to... Sure. I'll just take the auto-resolve victory. I do appreciate that the auto-resolver it's working the way it probably should. Like, these are reasonable results. Yeah, subjugate. Alright, enough. Enough with being a pain in the ass to me.
Eternal blasphemy!
Okay, you have 4 skill points for some reason. What was I gonna do with you? I mean, it definitely makes sense to make your Demon Prince good at one-on-one combat because you have a very easy time like flying over into the enemy units and stuff. But this Demon Prince's stats are already pretty great at that. I don't know if I need to pick up... Yeah, it might not be critical. We have a lot of gold rank units in our army already. What I might do is just push up the red line. Come back and get the yellow line stuff later. So we definitely have a bunch of non-demonic infantry.
Killing will be all the easier.
I guess maybe a lot is not the right word. We have some. We for sure have some non-demonic infantry. And we'll probably pick up the cavalry skill there as well. And since we just handed that over instead of actually like raising it ourselves or anything, we have some movement left. We want to end up south of Hell Pit. Yeah, this seems like a reasonable way to cut through.
Where I please.
So we are fully out of... Yes, we're fully out of red line. Okay, I mean, like, scouting is not useless. Just increase our chance to pull magic items. We do have a lot more magic item slots than we have actual items for those slots at the moment. Spread corruption feels unnecessary in the situation that we're in because everywhere that we and our allies go is already like very fully chaos corrupted. All right, your plan, you're already set. So Talsin can do a lot of things. Talsin can put pressure on Corone, like I was talking about. How many settlements does Musalon have in total? 4. So just these 4 along the coast here. I mean, having control of these would actually give us... Yeah, that's actually interesting. All right, I think that's the play then. Having control of this area would give us a much easier time exerting force on Ulthuan.
My lord Zinch agrees.
It is a pain in the ass to get in the water over here.
To destruction.
Actually, you know what? Stop on my allies' territory because you actually do need another turn of taking it easy.
Now they will see true power.
But we can take it easy a little bit closer to the place we're going. And then with a mere 62,000 gold, is there anything that I really want to do? I'll tell you, you know what sucks? Mysterious chronic illness. Not one of my favorite things. Would not recommend. Yep. More ruinous stalls. The bathrooms in Chaos Castles, just absolutely filthy. Truly disgusting. I'm not sure that I want to spend any money over here. The Silvered Tower of Sorcerers probably could use a garrison building. I'm pretty sure that's what I opened up that space for. And if it's not, it should be what I opened up that space for. We should probably put a recruitment structure up here. At the very least, like basic Chaos Warriors, because this is on a front. It is definitely in a place where we might eventually have to play some real defense. And then down in Giant Home, next turn we can pursue the big upgrade. Okay. Yeah, Giant Home definitely also needs some more recruitment structures because we have no idea what might come for us from the northeast. All right, at this point, I think we're just like, good luck, Skeggy. I sure hope things go well for you because we do not have the time or, frankly, the inclination to try to save you from any of the predations you are about to undergo. Alright, Harganeth is showing up in force just as our backup army is arriving. That's totally fine. I don't necessarily think that we're going to be able to, like, cleanly push and take over this area trivially with a single army. The area where Harganeth is, I mean. But we can at least stop them from pressing in. And who knows, we'll do our best. At the very least, I'm hoping we can train up that lord and those troops. I'm really bummed out that all of the people around that the Bretonia area decided that they hated us after we had that very productive early relationship, because they would be really useful allies for the part of this campaign where we need to take out the elves in Athel-Loren. Having all those people potentially at our throats at any moment means we have to move in a much more careful way that I don't want to be careful. Careful's not really my thing. You might have noticed by now. So many units, so many armies, so much just like walking back and forth. I feel like the Ecstatic Legion could have done a lot of damage by now, had they any interest in doing damage. It's interesting that the balance of power bar with Musalon is so green, given that they do have a full-size army right there. But their army does keep getting clowned on by half stacks of marauders, so maybe it's just not a very good army. Maybe it's like all zombies or something. I appreciate that the goblin armies over there are actually pushing into... Well, the goblin and Skaven armies over there are actually pushing pretty deep into the mountains. It's going to make our job a lot easier if we don't have to watch our eastern flank as we are pushing into Empire territory. Although, to be perfectly honest with you, the odds that we're going to be like taking territory here that we have to worry about defending, pretty low. I think it's mostly going to be we're just burning stuff down as we rampage across the countryside. So they didn't see through my ambush and they still didn't leave. This is a fully posted up army. Wait, who are you? The Slaughterhorn tribe. Interesting. So there's a tribe of beastmen running around here that's actually getting some stuff done. It sure would be neat if they would exert enough force to draw this army out of Lothern.
Lord of Shadows.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I think we can take Lothern with that stack in it. We could try starving them out. I guess the other question is, could I take them in a flat field battle? Because we could try starving Lothern and then just bait them into attacking us in the field outside of Lothern if they want to survive, and fight them there. Oh, the beastmen have put up a herdstone over here. Interesting. You know, I think we could at least give it a try. Let's throw our weight around a little bit here. So we are going to, I mean, at the very least, let's build some siege gear. We probably don't actually need battering rams, but we also don't need more than 2 sets of siege towers. So it would take 14 turns to wipe out their garrison through just like attrition, through holding them down in here. My guess is that...
Break them.
My guess is that us sieging Lothern is going to cause more elf armies to come running down here, because, you know, this is their capital. They probably care about it.
I foresee destruction.
And I think that could be very good for us. Or rather, it could be very bad for them, which is, you know, which is very good for us.
Onward to destruction!
Because if we can get them distracted, it is entirely possible that we will lead to them being unable to defend themselves against the other elves that they're fighting with, or against the beastmen.
You have my promise.
I can't make it all the way to Nagarar, so we're just gonna hang out here, hopefully invisibly, let Hellebrand do what she's gonna do, and then solve the problem through the righteous application of vengeful violence. Does Corona have much of a garrison? It does, so we probably want to approach from down here. We also want to make sure we backspace away the tiny portion of extra movement that the game attached to the end of my click there.
Into darkness.
It does seem like there's actually a weird positional offset from your cursor when you're over the ocean. Alright, unit experience up for Chaos Knights will help our Chaos Knights turn into
It is mine now.
Knights of Tzeentch, which of course matters. I don't know that we need to upgrade the growth building here anymore. Yeah, I think we're probably mostly pretty good for right now on the money. I guess the Twisted Towers will need some more cash next turn, but all right, let's see how the elves respond to the siege of Lothern. We can maintain our current level of soul expenditure for like 8 more turns. So it'd be really cool to win a big battle. No immediate response. Every turn that we're sieging the city, they are starving slowly. Although you might think that effect should be like dramatically weakened on a city that still has a functional port where we're not doing any kind of port blockading.
Stay in the shadows.
It doesn't work that way.
We might.
Are we getting closer to that military alliance? Not really. A mere minus 22. I wonder if we could save up enough money to overcome 22 points of disfavor. Another thing we could do with our cash as well is just give them gifts and try to push our relationship rating up, and then see if that is enough to earn the military alliance. Because I would absolutely replace our pink horrors with Skaven gunnery crews if we could. I honestly have no idea what the armies north of us are doing, what they are attempting to accomplish at all. Sigvald is riding out to mess with the Dark Elves, which I really appreciate. It's probably something I should have asked for manually, but he didn't even need me to ask. He's just got our back wordlessly. And I really appreciate a partner like that, you know? I do feel like with the Norskins, we're doing a little bit of a sort of just kind of hoping that if we have enough AI allies in the area, they will sort of accidentally wander into decent play. I don't need all of the Norskin factions to be helping us out in a serious way. I just need like 1 or 2 of them. And if we have 20 vassals, then law of large numbers, etc. Oh no, something happened. I don't know if these need to be global notifications, especially if they don't even include, like, where was the wall? What was their target? All right, definitely want to keep pushing this up. How much money would it be to give what is considered a large gift to Clan Molder?
What want? Bring good organ parts for me? Hmm?
Yeah, I'll do this.
Good for experiment trial.
Okay, increasing toward 106. We will probably do so again next turn. I mean, I could do so again this turn, I suppose. Yeah, you know what? Let's see. Realistically, we do not have a need for most of the money we generate. I can afford to throw it away on a plan that doesn't even come to fruition.
Lunch meal?
I really wish you were allowed to click on the large gift and see. I guess is it maybe you can only give one gift of each size per turn, because the numbers don't look like they've changed. It should be the same value, and as such, we should be able to do it.
Dominance.
Where are we gonna hit him? Let's hit him down here.
Let's me about this.
The Red Duke is... Well, I mean, what we can see of the Red Duke's army is crappy. A lot of zombies and, like, dire wolves and whatnot.
Let us corrupt.
Am I taking... Okay, it's the vampiric attrition. That's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it soon enough.
This time.
Alright, sadly, Intiro's army can only go as fast as the Chaos Warriors within. Not all of us can fly.
Far beneath an archmage.
So you can see the damage is actually, they're taking that damage pretty quickly. It won't be that long before we can overwhelm them, despite them not being in position to be forced to surrender by the game mechanics. Just, you know, the math is going to be really bad for them. So this seems like a great time to jump Crone Hellebron. Her army is a little bit weakened from the battle, and the garrison is basically non-existent.
My visions predict failure.
Okay, that army's not looking like... Even if they went back to normal movement mode, I don't think they'd be able to hit us. We can probably go ahead and do this. They'll give us a Pyrrhic victory for free. You know what? I'll take a... Can we do better than Pyrrhic? If I do this manually? They have a lot of crossbows with heavily armor-piercing missiles. This army does not have proper cavalry. We'll just take the auto-resolve. It's fine. I do think that it's a good trait to pick up. I do think that makeup of that crossbow heavy makeup is actually kind of a pain for this army. We do not quite have the tools that I would like for dealing with that. All right, we still have some spell stuff to grab, but let's take on these yellow lines first. So Corrupt Mage leads to Malefic Sorcerer, which I don't care about so much. Vile Enchanter gives all Forsaken in the army perfect vigor and plus 5 melee attack. That's really interesting. Yeah, I mean, let's grab all that. Also Chaos Marked.
By the eldritch I see.
He's like okay at combat. Far from optimal, but good enough to like wade into melee with enemy troops that are not like super elite infantry.
Power. Yes. Good.
Alright, Bellacor's not gone anywhere, but Bellacor's not going anywhere. Made ourselves a hell of a lot of money, because that's just kind of the case. That's just the thing we do, is make a hell of a lot of money. Definitely upgrade this. The Doom Keep has open slots, but it just doesn't feel like it's worthwhile to do anything with them, right? Yeah, I think that's the case with a lot of our settlements, actually. I could build some more of the building that adds hero capacity for exalted heroes, and just generate some exalted heroes to run around the map and do agent stuff, which could be useful. But also, do I want another thing to manage? Not really. Oh, hey, it's Malekith. Because the Dark Elves way up here in the northwestern corner of the world just have very little to do right now. So yeah, unfortunately, this army up here, Crom, is probably on elf defense for the foreseeable future. If we get a chance, we probably should try to press out and just burn down as many elf settlements as possible, because it'll slow down the waves of incoming elves as they stop to reclaim things. The AI usually does not have the kind of focus that would be necessary to walk past a bunch of empty territory in order to focus on their military conquest. What on earth is the Warhost of the Apocalypse even up to? They sure are moving an awful lot of troops over here somewhere. I mean, they might be doing the same thing we're doing. Just trying to head south into Empire lands. Maybe.
Of a time when I flew across.
No, I don't really want... Why are you at war with Sylvania? I don't want to be at war with Sylvania. Feels like a real distraction from the sort of things we should be focusing on in this theater. Kazrak is really moving. He was west of the Bretonnian Mountains like 2 turns ago. The Red Duke flees from our force making landfall, which is very funny to me. Yeah, we're definitely going to claim at least some of the territory down here and see if we can't counteract this vampiric corruption problem. The land needs to be corrupted. It just needs to be corrupted in a slightly different way than that. Fellman of the Beast Slayers. I gotta tell you, for a person who is obsessed with the Chaos Forces, Fellman is like the least imaginative name you could possibly come up with. Yes, I'm a villainous fellow of the Bearsonlings. Ikich, where the hell are you going? I don't think there are any settlements basically anywhere that would make the thing that army is doing a good idea. Like, there's nothing undefended up here that they could possibly be coming for. Who knows? Ooh, we're only -9 on the military alliance now.
Maybe I put in War Beast.
Some of it, I think, is the right, because there's a thing on the table. Some of it's the gift, but probably some of it is just the just changes in their situation.
Wastes time, but will.
Okay, total attitude value improving toward 143. I am hopeful. We will get some Skaven guns yet. So, yeah, this way.
Destruction awaits.
Oh, right. Crom needs to fold up these units. Why can you not merge?
What? You
Weird.
make a moon?
It's weird that I needed to do that in 2 pieces. Oh, well, we have proper Chaos Warriors available here. Do I want to replace the other unit of Marauders? Like, I really want them to be more Chaos Warriors. I probably do not want to give them... Yeah, I don't want more Aspiring Champions, as good as they are. We need more total bodies.
You forget yourself.
Yes, yes. My Lord Sinch agrees.
I'm not sure if I think it's a smart idea to attack this army. Like, if we can kill them, we probably should. And then we have enough movement to run away back toward the Frozen City.
I foresee this.
But maybe I should just go to the Frozen City and take the heals. Because again, this is an army that has kind of a lot of ranged fire.
Dominance.
Of a type that we're not particularly good at countering, and we're badly damaged. Yeah. Let's exercise a little bit of caution here.
Make them.
Next turn we'll have the other set of Chaos Siege Towers. And that'll be enough Siege Towers for us to deliver all of our Chaos Warriors directly to the wall. If I did, we could get another set of towers done the turn afterward, and that would get us our Aspiring Champions up there as well. They don't have a ton of troops that are the equal of those. I will say this. This army composition is going to have some problems with that dragon.
They shall fall.
We'll try to starve them out for a little bit longer. It doesn't seem like they're responding at all. We don't see any backup approaching from any direction. So I think we can afford to just starve them more. Alright, Tulsin. Lyonesse is walled, but not super well defended. Oh, yeah, wow. Terrible, terrible garrison. So, like, skeleton warriors and zombies and skeletons with spears, all just absolutely terrible against our troops. Crypticals can fight a little bit, and they do have poison. Graveguard are a little bit more reasonable. They have some decent anti-infantry, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 8 points. I mean, honestly, their base melee attack is lower than I remembered. Yeah, this would actually be a very easy battle. All right, we're gonna take this one over. Got to give ourselves a little bit of friendly territory to work with. Okay, plus 5% casualty replenishment, like basically totally perfect. We need Flamestorm and Magical Reserve so we can get Arcane Conduit. Musalon, as their capital, has a real garrison. Has a garrison of a real size. How many things in this garrison are actually units? So their Black Knights are reasonable-ish. Cavalry, they do have a lot of garbage. Graveguard with great weapons, significantly better against armored enemies, which is, you know, us. Yeah. It's certainly a more competent garrison.
I have risen.
Huh. I didn't remember having moved in tier this turn. Alright.
So big strong.
-9 still, they tell us. Let's see where that number goes. So yeah, from Lyonesse we can make some pushes over here. Although it is nice to see Tyrion up in the Seducers of Slaanesh area, fighting them. First of all, not coming after us, and secondly, our foes mutually weakening each other, which is wonderful news. I wonder if Harganeth is actually going to take that settlement, or... Nope, they're going to go and take Nagrar again. They feel very strongly about Nagrar. I need the war chiefs of Aghal to, like, get their shit together. It would be super helpful to me if they could, like, mount a real army. We've been defensive allies with the rats for quite some time now, so we should have a big supply of allegiance built up. If we actually do get the military alliance, and as such the higher quality outpost, and as such the ability to pull from their global recruitment pool, we should be able to buy a lot of their units into our armies relatively quickly. Although, you know, a lot of the stuff that we're after is probably going to be fairly high cost. Nope, never mind. Sigvald's like, exerting pressure? That's bullshit. We probably have enough allegiance with Sigvald at this point to try to specify a target, which I guess we probably ought to do. Here I thought they were going to be useful for free. Wow, the speed with which Bertrand Le Cornet built up that army suggests that it is probably mostly terrible garbage units. The vampires can raise dead in much the same way that we can warband recruit, just like instantly and based on a pool of things from the area. But most of their raised dead units are going to be zombies and skeletons and crap. Even worse than the topless marauders, if you can imagine such a thing. It's like an entire faction made up of Chippendales dancers. Okay. Elf factions getting removed from the world. Raid Val's Anvil for 800 favor. I don't... Seems unlikely.
At once.
Okay, they would give us an auto-resolve victory, but I'm sure we can auto-resolve ourselves a victory, or we can manually resolve ourselves a victory that is better than that. It wouldn't actually kill any of my troops, though. Let's leave the siege for at least another turn. Finish that other unit of towers, and then we might actually do that one manually. First of all, because like it's a large, kind of meaningful battle that I think will be interesting to do, and secondly, because I want to make sure that we keep our forces in the healthiest position we can. So actually, our friends here, the Fecundities, are doing really great work. We almost don't even need to be down here. I wonder if Azazel got into combat with Sylvania just because he had nothing better to do? I'm surprised at how well this is going. We definitely want to be friends with you, for sure. Our relationship is trending pretty upward as it is. We want to be careful not to cross into their territory this turn. I'm going to run down this way. I'm hoping that next turn we'll be able to get military access without having to pay them at all. Because, you know, a lot of our money is sort of spoken for already.
Chaos thing! Block great Molder experiments! Must
What?
die!
What on earth are you talking about, friend? You know what? I'm not going to pay you either. We're just going to hold off on this for a turn. See what can be done with our cash next turn. All right, so Crom is just about back to full. I think what I want to do is actually step outside the bounds of the city. I don't know that they can see us, but I'm gonna take a second here outside the city in hopefully stealth mode to see if Malekith has any interest in pushing in over here. Because if we can bait him into a position that works a little bit better for us, obviously I would like to do so. So let's take another turn or two to heal here in Lyonesse, and also just to take some time to press on their... Oh wow, we are really not pressing on their Chaos Corruption. Maybe we do need some help with this.
I foresee destruction beyond your comprehension.
Do I have a gifted unit I would rather put in that space? Like, yeah, we might just be better off with some Plague Bearers or something, you know? I'm not going to be able to train up a unit of Marauders to the point where they can become Chaos Warriors. I do think that's pretty unrealistic. Yeah, sure. So everybody's kind of exactly where they need to be. I think we kind of just need to let a turn happen, let our diplomatic situation adjust a little bit, and we'll see how things shake out here. How greedy is Malekith? Sort of. I don't love the fact that Dargoth... I think Dargoth is just running home, but I don't love the fact that they stopped in a position that is going to make them able to retaliate against me if I attack Malekith quite easily. I don't love it when people who aren't me retaliate. Gosh, there's still so much of the map we haven't even met. Oh, right. I was going to ask... I was going to give a command, sorry, to Sigvald, and I totally spaced on that. Where even are you? Oh, you're... I mean, I guess that's a useful thing for you to do. Fine, we'll let him do that. Somebody's got to wipe out these Morslib Howlers. That faction has been active on the world map for a remarkable amount of time without accomplishing really anything, or even managing to establish a single base for themselves. And that's got to be... There's no way that's the way that they are intended to have behaved. They should absolutely have, at the first opportunity, sought to grab hold of a region. And there were so many empty settlements near that army for such a long time. You know, for Let's Play purposes, I think we're probably going to let the Siege of Lothern run another turn or two. Just because I don't want to start it like 50 minutes into an episode. Or I don't want to start the battle like 50 minutes into an episode. Alright, the Vanaheimlings doing a fine job helping me out here. I don't actually need to own much of this Musalan territory. Really, I just needed the one we took. So I'd be totally fine with the Vanaheimlings having the rest of it. Alright, Clan Mulder is performing pestilent schemes, you know, as they do. We are headed on to engines of mass destruction.
Shadows clear.
More hell cannon shots per second. More hell cannon shots per battle. Okay, one more turn of rest for Taliesin.
Attack.
Just making sure Bellacor's not being threatened by anyone from anywhere. Yeah, okay. One more turn of siege for Bellacor.
Weave the fates.
So we do have exactly enough movement to go get Malekith.
No.
Malekith's army is a little bit different in construction. He's got more of these, like, very basic elf infantry units. He's got some powerful stuff, too. These Blackguard have some real stats.
Ready.
We'd have to be cautious about how we engage with them.
Dare. Let us
I think I'm going to let Crom sit here in the ambush for one more turn as well. There's a lot of people just continuing to do what they're doing.
friend of mine is a friend of Nurgle's.
All right, Festus, what's it going to take for me to make this work? 62? I mean, I could do 62. Yeah, that's fine.
Greetings.
I don't know if I want to push for a defensive alliance necessarily, but I do think it's very helpful for us to be able to cross their territory. Because I think the thing we need to do here is just make sure that the Empire is removed. How much could we get here on that as well? Oof, that's maybe a little much. Being able to move through your territory is fine.
Good organs. Nice pots.
Okay, we don't have the money to balance this offer. But that'll at least let Intiro move in the right direction here. So we want to be moving across, like, down here probably. So we'll head through past Mordheim.
I go where I please.
There's probably still a handful of these minor Empire factions left, and we will totally figure out what to do with them as we approach them. I mean, probably for most of them, it's going to be pretty trivial for us to just burn their shit down in passing without even really having to slow down. Okay, still got a couple of turns left on that. So 3 turns until you max out your pop. 30 growth, 10% replenishment rate. Is this even worth the money? I guess it is an extra 5% healing rate. Yeah, alright. We definitely want to get some basic recruitment stuff up here as well. Do we want monster recruitment? Yeah, probably. Alright. The Altar of the Crimson Harvest moves rapidly toward being a completed settlement. Eatane's turn is really early, and the camera did not zoom over there, so I'm assuming we still don't see anything. That's frustrating that he moved right over to the edge of the ambush, but didn't actually get ambushed. That said, he's in a position now where we can probably just jump him in total safety, and I think that may be what's happening. We are going to be collecting a lot of elven souls in the next turn. Oh, interesting. That territory over there is Sylvanian now, which means that Musalon got confederated, which is interesting for us. I'm not at war with Sylvania right now, and I guess I'm content to stay not at war with them. We got what we really needed, which was like a single staging ground territory. At some point, they will probably declare on us, but they haven't done so yet. Yeah, this makes that situation a little bit more interesting, probably in a way that's not entirely great for us. But I think we can live with the new status quo. All right, Egg Hall finally trying to push some troops into position here. Don't suppose y'all could just like harass that army real quick? No? Okay. Feels like the AI doesn't usually use their map action heroes all that much. See a lot of agents just running around the map tracking armies but not using abilities on them at all. Yeah, those angry faces on Sylvania's new castles are very red. I do worry that a war declaration might be quite soon. Very bummer. Very much a bummer. Okay. So, I think what we might do here... I might need to resolve a couple of battles manually.
I refuse.
Wow, his army is even more basic melee than we saw before. They do have a Charybdis. The Crows of Cain are kind of whatever. I guess 34 attack, 48 defense. Actually, their stats are remarkably good. Little on the fragile side, though. Yeah, we might want to do this one manually. We might want to do the Battle for Lothern, which probably should just go ahead and happen this turn manually. And I don't want to start either of those things 50 minutes into the episode. So I think this is where we're going to call it for today. And thank you so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, hopefully, tomorrow-ish, question mark. We'll see, you know, health condition, etc. We are going to collect an awful lot of elven souls, and then after doing so, hopefully be able to focus on pushing forward our goals a little bit more effectively. And we'll see you then.